Well, how you doing, new viewers? How are you doing, subscribers? I'm Ion Prime, and today got some very good stories for today. First up, we're going to talk about Marvel Cosmic Invasion DLC and old PlayStation IPs revived. But first up, I'm always down for getting games for cheap, and right now, GameStop, they've got a huge sale going on for all platforms, including some first-party Nintendo games that never go on sale. Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi Brothership, those are both $15 right now at GameStop. They also have Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, both of those on Switch for $15. Monster Hunter Wilds, Diablo 4, Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster, $15. Those on the PlayStation 5. And again, these are physical versions of these games. So yeah, if you need to add these games to your collection, you need to go by GameStop right now because they've got $15 deals and they got $30 deals right now going on, and they don't have an expiration date on this, so it could be ending at any time. So you need to get by there and check out a few of those games. You want to add those to your collection. But folks, this is a huge sale at GameStop. And Marvel Cosmic Invasion, fantastic beat 'em up on whichever platform that you have it on. And I did a full unboxing of the deluxe edition whenever it released. But go by and check out that video, by the way. It was a lot of fun going through everything that was in there, the art cards and the poster and everything that was inside of the deluxe edition. But news dropped today that 2 more characters are being added. That will be Cyclops and also the Hulk. Huge fan of Fantastic Four. Love seeing the Hulk in there. Huge fan of the X-Men. Love seeing Cyclops. So yeah, I'm all about this DLC. It's only $3.99 too. So that's really cool. And there's new DLC that will be coming later this fall. There'll be a new game mode added to it as well. So definitely looking forward to that DLC and what new characters. They will have some new characters in that DLC coming up this fall. So that is definitely exciting news for all of us Marvel Cosmic Invasion fans. And it seems that the cries of longtime PlayStation fans, they are being heard. The very reliable leaker, Nate the Hate, he has stated on X that, quote, there is truth to Sony exploring and considering reviving some of their older unused IPs. And a lot of this got started because of rumors that Infamous will be getting a remaster. Now, that excellent series has started back on the PlayStation 3. And let's see, Sly Cooper, Ape Escape, and Jack and Daxter are some of the other properties, among others, that have been mentioned for getting that revived or remastered treatment. It'll be cool to see if Sony actually does this, but I would say that it'd probably be a while before we officially hear anything just because of how long development times take with these games nowadays. Okay, so this is not necessarily video game news. This is more just my excitement because I am a huge Transformers fan. I have been since I was a kid. And right now, Transformers is on the Transformers the movie, The Apology Tour, a great piece of marketing. But this year marks the 40th anniversary of Transformers the movie when it came to theaters. My 9-year-old self, I was in theaters whenever it came out. I was traumatized after seeing the death of my favorite robot in disguise. I still tear up every time that I watch it, but it is coming back to theaters, and it's this year, September 17th through the 21st. They've teamed up with Fathom Events to put this on, so definitely looking forward to it. And this is awesome timing as well because it's just a couple of days after my birthday, a couple of days after my wedding anniversary, so I've been convinced the wife that this might be something to celebrate the wedding together. We'll see. And finally, I've been seeing these quite a bit on TikTok, but it's AI-generated Final Fantasy VI Remake concept videos. Now, they do look really, really cool, and it seems they've taken the text from the game and have put it into this AI model and have given the characters actual speech, which actually sounds kind of creepy, but looks kind of creepy as well when they're trying to talk, but I think that's just how AI works. But series creator Sakaguchi-san, he has seen these videos and he actually says that they are very awesome. In the meantime, though, we're still waiting on that. It was long rumored and then rumored to be dead, but then rumored to now be revived Final Fantasy IX Remake. That's what I want to see. I want to see this Final Fantasy IX remake, and whatever it is that they plan on doing with that, I would love to see that come to modern platforms. I love Final Fantasy IX. I have it physically on the Switch. I've got it physically on the PlayStation 1. I got it digitally on my Switch. So yeah, I love Final Fantasy IX. So we shall see. But check out these AI-generated videos. Again, they're on TikTok and they are on X as well, because they do look kind of cool, kind of creepy at the same time. All right, time now for my segment of why it's in my collection. I've got a couple of big stacks here of NES games. And the reason I have all these games here is that these were games at the time that were in the arcade but got ports to the original Nintendo. And a lot of these were actually very good ports of the game. Spy Hunter, a great game in the arcade, great game on the NES. Life Force, believe it or not, was an arcade game. I don't think I ever saw a Life Force arcade cabinet in my area in its heyday, but I loved this game on the NES. Tetris, of course, was a big arcade game before it came to the NES. This was one of my favorite arcade games. I dropped so many quarters in it, and I loved it when it got a port to the NES, but that would be Heavy Barrel. Loved this game, and glad that it got an arcade or a port to the NES. Gradius, it was an arcade game. And I never played Gradius in the arcade, but I definitely loved Gradius on the NES. Now, of course, the ultimate arcade game that came to NES was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this TMNT 2, the arcade game on the NES. Really great port of this game, plus there's some extra levels on it as well, but I definitely love this. Contra was an arcade game before coming to the NES, so pretty cool that we got the Contra version. I actually prefer the NES version over the arcade version because that arcade port is just, it's slow, but it's good, but the characters just move slow. You're used to them moving fast in the original Contra. Another great arcade game that came to NES was Rampage. Love playing Rampage. Castlevania was an arcade game before coming to the NES. And it's actually on the, no, it's not on the Castlevania collection. It's on the, what is that? It's another arcade collection that you can find the original Castle. I think I have it. It's the arcade. I think it's the Arcade Classic. I think that's Konami Arcade Classics, I believe is the name of it. I have it digitally on Switch, and I believe that's where you can find the Castlevania arcade game on there. Gunsmoke. I put so many quarters into the Gunsmoke arcade cabinet, and when it was on NES, I had to play it, had to have it rent. I never actually owned this when I was a kid, but I rented it so many times from our local stores. Loved playing Gunsmoke in the arcade and on the NES. Paperboy was definitely a lot of fun in the arcades. Got the handlebar that you could play with, and obviously fun on the NES as well. This was one of my favorite arcade games. It was so exciting when it did come to NES. I had this as a kid. Rolling Thunder. Yeah, one of my all-time favorite games in the arcade, still is today, and this port to the NES, very faithful to the arcade version, very good as well too. And Ninja Gaiden had or Ninja Gaiden, however you want to say it, it had an arcade game as well. And again, it's kind of like Contra. It moved a lot slower than the NES version of Ninja Gaiden, but it was still fun. Controls are a little weird on it though, but it was still fun. I have it on the arcade archives on my Switch too, but love the NES version. Kung Fu, an arcade game as well. Never played it a whole lot in the arcade. I played it more on the Nintendo. Okay, this was another one of my favorite games in the arcade, as weird as it sounds, but Narc. I loved playing this game in the arcade. I just loved going around shooting, blowing up everybody, and not realizing that you didn't even need to shoot a single bullet. You could just walk up and arrest the guys. But I love playing Narc on the NES. I bought this, I believe it was at Kmart? No, I believe it was... no matter. But I remember buying this for myself, saving up my allowance money to get this. Now, this is Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but we had Punch-Out in the arcades from Nintendo, and but it came over to the NES as Punch-Out, where he faced up Mr. Dream, and then Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, where he faced off with Mike Tyson. And then Super Off-Road. This was a fun game in the arcade, and it was a lot of fun on the NES as well. Loved having this. It was on the Super Nintendo as well, kind of a more one-to-one arcade port on the Super Nintendo, but the one on the NES was really good. Double Dragon. Great arcade game, great game on the NES. Not much needs to be said about that, but I have 2 and 3 on the NES as well in my collection. And again, another favorite of mine in the arcades, Bad Dudes. Great. So yeah, lots of great arcade ports that came to the NES back in the day, and definitely glad to have all of these in my collection today. Gunsmoke, love it. I might have to go play this now. But yeah, Castlevania Rampage. Rampage was really good. I need to get that arcade 1-up that has, Mortal Kombat and all there, because it's got the arcade version of Rampage, and that one's, I played some demos that were set up like at Best Buy and stuff, and that arcade 1-up is really good. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, of course, you got to have that. Heavy Barrel, love Heavy Barrel. Tetris, Life Force, yeah, so great arcade ports that came to the NES back in the day, and these are actually not all the ones that I had. These are just ones that I had immediately available with me, but those are not all the arcade ports to the NES that I have in my collection. A Gauntlet is one of those as well, and yeah, so. But again, lots of fun having these arcade ports on the NES. Well, thank you so much for watching, and you know what to do, folks. Like this video if you like it, dislike it if you don't. And let's see, if you want to make some comments about what I've talked about in today's video, do that down below. All of my sources for all the news stories that I've had today, they are in the description as well. So go by and check out those sources and get more details on everything. And I would love to have you a subscriber. If you are not a subscriber, subscribe. Would love to have you as a subscriber. Love to have you along on this journey as we bring the more unconventional news to you. I know we had the PlayStation Plus price increase announced today, but every other channel's covering that, and I just wanted to deal with something that was a little bit different than what a lot of the other channels are doing. So thank you so much again for being a subscriber. Love to have you as a new subscriber, and keep your controllers charged. Friends, I will talk to you again tomorrow with some more video game news. Thank you so much for watching.